Okay, so here we are, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to give you 3 top tips on how to get good at chivalry, starting with number 1, which would be feinting attacks. Now, feinting attacks are looked down upon in chivalry because they're so easy to do and it just completely takes your opponent off guard. The way you do it is as you go to swing your attack, you press Q and your sword will be brought back to your body. Now, the reason you do this is when you go to attack, it causes your opponent to block, thinking you are actually going to swing your sword, when really all you're doing is feinting, and then it will cause you to have an additional attack at faster speed. Now, let me watch this back in slow-mo, and hopefully you will be able to get the gist of it. So, wait for your opponent to come near you, go to swing your attack. Just as you're about to swing, press Q like this. It brings the sword back into his body. Your opponent will block. His block will be dropped, and then you can just go in for the attack. That is the first top tip. Feinting. Okay. Moving on swiftly now to number 2, which is the riposte, which is an attack only used after a block. So basically how this works is as soon as you block with your sword, mace, axe, doesn't matter what you use, if you attack straight away as soon as you block, you have what's called a riposte, and what it is a really, really fast attack that is almost unblockable. Now, as I come up to this first guy now, here's another example of the feint from the first tip. There we go, I feint him once, he blocks, I go for the second attack, and he leaves himself open. Now, the riposte is used in every game, pretty much in every battle. Now, not a lot of people actually know about it when they start the game, because it's quite hard to work out yourself. This archer, always try and pick off the archers first because they can take you out quite easily. Now here is the riposte. As he comes towards me, he goes for the attack, I block it, straight in with the counter, and that's how easy it is to take people out with the riposte. Okay, now number 3. Now this is probably the most difficult tip of all 3. This one's ducking. Now, ducking, the only way you do this is by holding control to make your character crouch and then aiming your camera to the ground. That causes your character to duck. Like this. So as he goes in for the attack, you duck. Point your cursor down towards the ground and you'll be low enough to actually dodge people's attacks coming in with counters. Here's another example of how this works. Some guy charging towards you, no problem. Duck to the ground. You'll go straight under his weapon. Now, hardly anyone uses this because not anyone knows about this one. This is a bit of a pro tip. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope that helps some people out. If they ever play Chivalry and they're struggling to get kills, then follow these 3 tips, and you, my friend, will be a fucking beast.